Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Quarantini. It's getting late here in San Diego. I wanted to do a quick recording for all of you and I was trying to figure out what drink I want to make and I decided to go for one of the classic 3-ingredient cocktails. There are several classic cocktails. This is the Daiquiri, the classic Daiquiri. It's not the blended drink that you might get from a resort in Mexico. It's the classic drink made with just rum, lime juice, and sugar. What I wanted to do was switch things up a little bit, and so I have this Cachaça that I bought a while ago. Cachaça is basically a Brazilian rum or Brazilian alcohol. It's very a cousin to rum. Rum is generally made with molasses, I believe, and Cachaça has to be made in Brazil and is made from cane sugar. It has kind of a grassier smell and taste to it. Just had never made a daiquiri with it, so I wanted to do some experimentation and change things up. This is a pretty good, easy to make drink and it's pretty tasty, so let's get to it. All right, so like I said, we have rum and cachaça, lime juice, simple syrup, sugar in the form of simple syrup, and I upgraded to some fancy new jiggers of varying sizes, partially because this drink requires kind of some weird, requires some weird ratios or measurements. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with my rum. I have just some white rum here from a local distillery from San Diego, Malahat. During the before times, I picked up some. I wanted to get some white rum and figured I might as well get something local. So we're gonna do 1 3/4 ounces of the white rum. So I got 1 ounce. And then I gotta find my 3/4 ounce jigger. So that's 1 3/4 ounces of the rum. And now I want 1/4 ounce of the cachaça. I don't have a 1/4 ounce jigger. The smallest one I have is this 1/2 ounce. So I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it. And if you don't have cachaça, just up the rum to 2 ounces instead of 1 3/4. So you basically want 2 ounces of alcohol. So I'm just gonna not quite fill that up. Then you want 1 ounce of your lime. Man, these markings are really hard to read. Fresh lime, if you have it, is even better. I don't, but that's okay. And then you want 3/4 ounce of your simple syrup. So that is right here. I need to get a label maker or something and just label these because it's really hard to read which things these are. Then, so obviously there's ice in here. Just shake it up. And I have a Nick and Nora glass. This glass is gonna be basically full to the brim. And there you are. If you have a lime, maybe garnish it with a lime wheel or a lime wedge. That really kick your drink up a notch. And there's your classic daiquiri. So like I said, this is a simple 3-ingredient drink. You just have the rum, the lime, and the simple syrup. There's lots of good 3-ingredient drinks. I'll probably get to them later. And the Negroni comes to mind. The margarita, old-fashioned, depending on how you think about it. But this is the daiquiri, so let's taste this. Definitely very good. Even though there's just a tiny little bit of the cachaça, you really get that grassiness that you don't get just from the pure rum alone. Definitely makes me want to be on the beach. I wish that. Well, now they're opening up the beaches. We'll see how that goes. Talk about states being a laboratory for democracy. I guess the states being a laboratory for for pandemics. So grading it on the various aspects, booziness, it's not very boozy. It's like, you know, half booze, half not. So I'm a 5 or so. Sweetness, it's not very sweet. You know, there's sugar in it, but it's cut by the lime a good amount and by the booze. I'd say it's also a 5 on sweetness. Bitterness, it's not bitter, 0. Maybe 1 from the lime if you consider lime to be a little bit bitter. And sour, it definitely has some sourness to it from the lime, obviously. So I don't know, what is that, a 4 or something? So it's kind of, you know, 5s all around except for the bitterness. It's definitely, you know, they call these drinks sours. A sour has sugar and citrus, or citrus cut by sugar. And so this is a kind of a classic sour. Margarita is a type of sour. Whiskey sour, if you leave out the egg white, is a very, very similar drink. So there you go, that's the classic daiquiri. Super easy to make. Maybe you have some sitting in your liquor cabinet, some of the ingredients for this, and you can make your own. Because what else are you gonna do? Thanks everyone, good night. Donate to people in need, and I'll see you next time. Bye.